After the successes of 2022, 2023 was a lackluster year for Ukraine. So, what should their strategy be for this year? Well, first things first, mobilize women. Conscript women. I am being serious. That is the first thing I'd do. And the second thing I'd do is no more offensives. 2024 will be the year of defense. The best offense is a defense. And I think being defensive for 2024 is the best strategy. Ukraine needs to transition into a long war. We need to look at the Iran-Iraq war. I think Ukraine should look at the Iran-Iraq war. It lasted 8 years. In the end, it was a stalemate, went back to the old borders and stuff. But Iraq was massively outnumbered by Iran and still managed to survive and not lose any territory. Now, they were offensive in the first place and they had a bit of military, but that's besides the point. I think Ukraine needs to accept this is a long war and needs to make sure their will to fight remains for longer than Russia. I think the elections in America are important. The third thing I would do is arrest some people who run the prisons for the deaths of Gonzalo Lira. I think that will steady up American support and prevent a potential backlash. If you threaten as a few rogue local guards who criminally neglected him, and you arrest him for that, well then there won't be as much as a negative reaction in Ukraine. And I think those are the basic things I would do. And of course, I don't think that should be exclusive on the offensive. I think there should be some minor offensives. Now, these minor offensives must be very safe and very minor. They aren't taking town. Operations shouldn't be to take towns, it should be to take positions. They should pretty much, offensives are on a local level and rare, but not rare enough for us to exclusively think on the offensive. Now, I think Ukraine's strategy should be to put disproportionate losses on Russia. Now, we've seen, and they should accept that they're not going to get everything they want. Now, we've seen this with air defenses, where at the start of the war, and for most of the war, Ukraine had been doing pretty well with air defenses. They were denying Russian aircraft, and being a Russian part was pretty dangerous, so the Russian Air Force didn't really do much. But now that Ukraine has extorted its air defenses, now Russia is dropping lots of glide bombs and stuff. But Ukraine has countered this by using aerial ambushes. Now these have been fairly successful. So I think Ukraine should learn about that on the front. And of course, I think in the end of the day, I think Ukraine should really be focusing to make this war last until 2026. Yeah, so I think if they mobilize women, go on the defensive, clean up their image, and arrest some local officials who have done bad things, then I think they'll be on track for a successful 2024. And that is all.